training for teachers so that when you go back to your school, you are expected to form class, 7 membership class, and then orient them on whatever you are going to learn here today. Because we are going to learn a whole lot of things. Agenda. You have something, rights, focusing, or especially human rights, women's rights. You also learn some
My name is Abigail Adokwe. I'm the Programs Director for WIN. Today we are organizing a TOT for teachers, training of trainers for teachers, drawn from 2 districts, Ngomwa West and then Ejumako ACM districts. These are the 2 districts that we are working in. We have about 5 communities in each district, and these teachers have been drawn from various schools within the communities that we are working in. The purpose of this training is that one of our objectives is the elimination of sexual and gender-based violence. And also the main goal of the project is that we want women and girls to realize their human rights and then also the opportunities that are available for them to live successful lives. And so the purpose of this training is to give these teachers training on the Europe project, especially on human rights and other issues that concerns gender and gender roles, so that when they go back, we expect them to go and form school clubs and then orient the clubs so that they can also continue with the sensitization of the school populace. Because if you realize, a lot of sexual and gender cases are also happening in the schools. And so whilst we are working in the communities to eliminate that, we are also working in the schools to eliminate sexual and gender-based violence using the clubs that they are going to form in the various schools. We have 24 teachers, 2 from each school. We have them drawn from GHS, and then we have 1 SHS for each district. And so in all, they have 24 participants. We could have gone with the primary, but we believe that most of these things happen within the GHS. Around that time, they are in the adolescent stage, and that is when they begin to appear nice and all that. And that's female teachers are mostly attracted to them. That's why we are using the GHS and the secondary schools instead of the primary. We expect them to go and form the various clubs within their schools, and then they also train the clubs, the club members, to be able to sensitize on all the issues that we are training them on today. So that gradually we feel that by this way we'll be eliminating the sexual and gender-based violence from our communities and from the schools as well.
I'm Gifty Noji. I'm the District Girl Child Coordinator for Ejumako and ACM District. I'm here for this workshop to acquire more knowledge on how to help our girls, not only girls, but boys to also go higher in life by helping them know their rights and then forming club to enlighten them on their sexual rights and others in schools. We've learned a whole lot. We've learned something on gender. We've looked at the various definitions, sex, gender, gender stereotype, and others. And we've also learned about the rights of women and the various responsibilities as well. And it's still ongoing. I know we will learn more about formation of clubs so that when we go back, we can form various clubs in our schools to help our girls and also boys to also be enlightened and stay up to expectation and become great people in life. Highly impressed with the various presentations. The facilitators have done so well. They've taken us through and given us deeper insights into all that we need to know when it comes to gender issues, rights of children and women, and also how to form clubs as we are about to learn. So they've done so well and they've enlightened us on so many issues. In fact, we need more of it. We need more of it because knowledge is our power. So if we acquire more of it, we'll be able, as teachers, we'll be able to use it in our schools to enlighten our kids and to also help them stand and fight for their rights and also support them so that a whole lot of gender violence and a whole lot of defilement cases in our districts can also be lessened. So we need more of it to empower us as teachers and also empower our girls and boys in schools.
It has given the men an opportunity. They don't take care of their children, but when they start growing and she's about to marry, then she will bring her to the club. So that we say that.
I'm Alex Kobnafo. We are here to train the teachers on women's rights. We are educating them on the rights of the woman. Yeah. Like right to life, right to education, health, equal rights in marriage and those things. Yeah, that's what we are taking them through. It's very encouraging. It's very encouraging. The response from them is very encouraging. It seems they are getting everything that we taught them. I can say, let's say 6 months, it's okay, yeah. 6 months is okay. Because they will be in school and all that. So 6 months, I think 6 months will be okay for them. Let's say quarterly will be okay. Quarterly training for them will be okay on human rights. I'm saying that because we are having a lot of child rights violation issue. We are having those cases like maintenance and what have you. We are having so much like rape and all that. When they come, we have to refer them to DOSU. I think there was a time like that about 4 years ago, we had a rape case. For instance, a father who was defiling 2 of his daughters. One was 9 and the other was 13. You have to refer them to DOSU. And then finally the father was in prison, given 20 years in prison. Yeah, so normally it is good that we educate them to know where to seek redress when their rights are violated. What we are doing is we are doing education in the whole district. So like every week we try to do 1 or 2 public education for the people, and it's very encouraging because now people are bold and they are able to report administrative justice issues and corruption issues to us, which is very encouraging. The response or the feedback we are getting is that, yeah, now people know their rights and they are able to report. They are bold now to report even corruption cases. It wasn't like before. Now, as at the moment, we have some corruption cases and administrative justice cases that we are investigating. Yes, as compared to the previous times, because we have enhanced our public education activity, which is part of our mandate or duty.
My name is Sophia Graham. I'm the Gender Desk Officer for Gomoa West District Assembly. Okay, we are here today because of Europe project that is being run by Women in Need, WIN. That is why we are here, and we've actually assembled teachers that we are going to train them to be leaders of clubs formation that we are going to form in the district that WIN is operating in. That is APAM, Gomoa West District Assembly, some selected schools, then Ejumako as well. Today, from my side, we are actually discussing about gender and gender roles. So we are actually creating awareness, or we are informing people about what gender is. When we talk about gender, what is gender? When we talk about sex, what is sex? So we actually taught them what gender is. That gender, they are the roles that are being assigned by society. Sometimes we as individuals even assign those roles to ourselves because we are men, because we are women, because we are boys, or we are girls. So we are talking about gender, the roles that are being assigned to us either by society, by our parents, by we as individuals, or because we are a girl, we are a boy, we are a man or a woman. So we've been teaching our teachers all this. So they are going back to school to teach the kids that. So when we talk about gender, we are not only referring to the girls, we are referring to the boys as well. And we are trying to address their needs as well. So when it comes to, let's say, decision making, for instance, at the local level, at the district level, in our schools, in our hospitals, we are trying to tell these teachers that whatever they are doing, they should ensure that they factor in the needs of the girls and the needs of the boys. So even in district, yes, we are doing this sensitization. So we have committees that work when it comes to projects that we are doing. So our schools, building the chip compounds and other things. Yes, so we do factor in the needs of the girls and the boys, the needs of male and female, or the women and the men when we are doing this project. So in our schools, yes, we have their washrooms. We have places where girls can change. We have the places where boys, to whenever they want to probably ease themselves, they also have the place. So not to actually spread any infection among them. With my district, I would say we are doing well. Because when our DPCU, that is the District Planning Committee Unit, yes, so whenever we are deciding or doing something for the district as well, the input of females are not left behind. We always involve the females in it. But it is actually unfortunate that the males actually are more in our institution than the female. But as much as possible, we having a female district coordinator, yes, she always ensures that females' needs and other things are being met. So we don't actually leave the women behind, but we involve them. And when we go to the communities and we are also educating them, yes, we do empower the women. We encourage them that if it's any gathering, any forum that they should talk. They should put in their need. They should give their input so that at the end of it, whatever is being done will be to the benefit of all of us. But we are not allowing the men to decide for us alone, but we are also giving our input so that at the end of it, everything that is being done will benefit all of us. Okay, let me talk more about what I do. So mine is more on the sensitization and education. But when it comes to the cases itself, yes, we do well to report them to the appropriate institutional authorities. So we have the social welfare, we have the STRACH, we have the DOFSU. So we do channel all these cases to them to handle. So yes, we might chance on such cases, but we or myself, we don't handle it, but we make sure that it is being directed to the appropriate quarters. So the way forward is, yes, we know that children, they are there whenever we want to do something. When you start with the children, as they grow up, it becomes part of them. So yes, we are training the kids that know your rights. When you should know when to say yes, when to say no. You should know that it's your right to go to school. It is your right to get health care. So parents, they have so many things. We have so many things to do. So we are teaching these teachers that when they go back, they are going to teach the kids how their rights. We are going to teach them what they should do, when to say no, and who to even report issues of such with. So if it's someone who is probably molesting and the person is telling you that keep quiet or maybe don't say anything, if you say something you will die, we want to empower these kids that when something of that sort is done, when someone says you die because of that, you are not going to die. But you should report either to your teacher, either report to the trainers, those that we've trained them. They will report the cases to social welfare or to DOFSU.
I'm Eric Ando, teacher at Bisianse College JHS. Honestly, the program is very educative. The content that the program is giving to we, the learners, in fact, it is going to help us and then educate the people we are teaching and also the community as a whole. Because there are certain perceptions that we used to have, which this training is rather giving us the right knowledge. Because there are certain perceptions that we had, which have affected our kids, and then even it has gone through the workplace, through marriages, and what we are studying now is very, very educative, and I'm very happy to be part of this program, and we thank the organizers for organizing such an educative program for us. Oh, as a teacher, in fact, as I'm going, first of all, I'm going to organize another program for my colleague teachers at the school. We are going to also create a boys and girls club and we educate the children. And then during PTA meetings too, I'll be present, and then give sensitization to the parents so that as from today going, they can change their perception as to gender roles and then some other activities about the sex and how they have to raise their children, certain rights they don't know, which they are violating, so that at the end, these people can grow up to become who they want them to be. Honestly, it is very, very, very important. It's very, very necessary because the government, when you come to the grassroots, there are certain things we don't know. And people are doing such things based on their own knowledge, perception, old traditions. But now the economy has changed, the environment has changed, things are changing, the world is changing. And therefore, certain things that we used to do, the government has to come through the NCCE, through workshops like this, so that they will educate all of us, so that certain ways we used to do things, we can change them. So I think this workshop should be encouraged at least. It should be at least within every 6 months. If there is a need, there is a resource. Every 6 months, they can organize workshops for teachers, churches, and the community. And even during funerals, they can be representatives who can go there and then give such information so that we will be well abreast with the new ways of doing things and the rights and privileges which we are supposed to enjoy.